Have you ever had one of the mornings that goes like this? Like you're racing for the door, or like me, to get in front of your computer upstairs for a meeting. You forgot the notes. Maybe you've spilled your coffee. For me, it's hot tea. You're feeling like the day is owning you instead of you owning the day. That's what I like to call living in the lane of panic versus living in the lane of being prepared. Because we can either prep now or we can panic later. And that is the topic for today's Pick Your Path on this organizational series that I have been dropping for you. Because you see, when we prep ahead, we gain margin. We're able to focus. We have more peace, even when things are incredibly busy. Because here's the thing, when we are in panic mode because we didn't prep, so now we're panicking later, it's reactive. And your leadership is reactive. You're scrambling either before meetings, or you're losing where you could have productive drive time. You're missing details. And it truly creates unnecessary stress and pressure on not only you, but also the team that you lead. And here's the thing, I just want to acknowledge I have lived in this space. And when I am not super intentional, I am in this space. I have team meetings twice a month. If I have not done my due diligence to prep now, I'm panicking later when it comes time to open up those meetings. And because I want them to be productive, this is not saying that your lack of preparation equals you don't want things to go well or to be good. But what it does show is that there needs to be a shift in the mindset, because short-term fixes pile up into long-term overwhelm. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So here's some things that I recommend. One weekly time block where you map out your priorities. What does your week look like, need to look like? What are the projects that are up and coming? What do you need to schedule, where and for how long? One way that we have found within Southwestern Consulting to help our clients do this well is what is called a ramp up or a ramp down time. Actually, it should be a ramp up and a ramp down time. So that this is the block where you start in the morning, where you're previewing the meetings for the day. You're deciding, hey, I've got drive time. What is the best way for me to use that time productively? Whether it's making calls, whether it's learning through a podcast or an audiobook, or maybe this is time for things to be silent and I'm thinking about my long-term vision or my goals, where I am. Because you want to gather what you need for those projects before that time arrives. That's our ramp up time. The daily ramp down time, this is where you're taking an assessment. Do I need to clear out and send those lingering emails that I started, but then I had to go to the next thing, or it just wasn't the best use of my time in that moment? That's when we need to check those voicemails so that they don't sit there for a week on end and never get answered. It's where we look at what was a task for today that, because of prioritization, gets pushed to tomorrow or at a later scheduled time. This is where you'd be preparing that to-do list before you close out your day, so that when you come into the office the next day, you are ready. And this is where, if you look back on the video where I talked about daily reset versus weekly overwhelm, ramp up and ramp down time, these are the tools that make a daily reset practical. So the key here is we want to prep ahead of time, because that's how we're proactive. When we choose to allow ourselves to panic later, that's where we're being reactive. And here's the thing, whether you're leading yourself or a team, you set the tone, and your preparation creates calm and direction for the team. Even if you only spend 15 minutes planning intentionally, that could literally shift the entire tone of your week. So, just a quick review. Schedule block of time 1 day a week where you are looking at the next week. I do that to map out an ideal schedule. Then have each day a ramp up time where you're looking only at that day. What do I need? Making sure you have all of your ducks in a row. And then at the end of the day, ramp down time where you clear the clutter, take the daily reset to help avoid the weekly overwhelm. And also the panic that will later set in. So this week, block 1 hour. If that sounds overwhelming, block 30 minutes ahead of time. Plan your priorities, not just the tasks. And then add in ramp up and ramp down time every day into your routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just remember, you can panic later and live in chaos, or you can prep ahead and lead with clarity. You, my friend, get to pick your path. I'm Elizabeth Mahusay, executive business coach, corporate trainer, keynote speaker, and the international best-selling author of Pick Your Path. And I want to encourage you today to choose to prep ahead so that you are not panicking later.